First, I'd like to thank Senator Cornyn for bringing us here today. Obviously, his continued leadership on this issue, bringing firsthand knowledge and bringing his colleagues to be able to see all of this up close and personal. As Senator Fisher said, it's one thing to hear about it, it's another thing to see it. And I urge President Biden to come down and truly see it. In his first 2 years of his presidency, he spent only 3 hours here. In the first 2 months that I've been sworn into office, I've been here 3 times. That's because I know that this is one of the greatest crises facing our nation. It is not only a humanitarian crisis, it's a national security crisis. It's both. We got to see that last night as we walked up and down the border, got to see people who were trying to cross, a woman with a 6-month-old baby, and a couple with a 6-year-old little boy. When we looked at that and thought that they made it, they told us about the kids who don't. They told us about finding a 15-year-old who drowned in the river. The cost of this crisis is real. We were able to put a face with it last night. When you look at national security and you look at what's happening, a hotbed of terrorism that we have in Afghanistan, you look at what's happening across the globe, it was startling to hear that in this sector alone, there was an increase of Chinese nationals year over year by 488%. Wake up. We must secure this border for the safety of our communities, the strength of them, and making sure that our children can thrive. As a mama, I look at this fentanyl crisis. I have a 7th grader and an 8th grader. This crisis knows no bounds. In the state of Alabama, we had to use Narcan because of overdoses 15 times the first 2 months of our school year. What I am telling you is that under the failed policies of the Biden administration, every state, including my great state of Alabama, has become a border state. How many people have to die before enough is enough? It is like an airplane going down every day in this nation. 300 plus people die of fentanyl poisoning. Folks, we must do something. And to all the moms and dads out there, talk to your children. Because what is happening with China sending things to Mexico, it coming across our border, this fentanyl and this poison infiltrating our entire nation, someone can think they are taking one pill, but yet it is laced with something else. And then we no longer have the opportunity to watch them thrive. So thank you, Senator Cornyn. Thank you to my colleagues. Look forward to continuing to make this a priority. And we encourage the Biden administration, Vice President Harris, and our Democratic colleagues to come down and see this firsthand as well. Thank you.
You brought up mothers and children, and you know, from being down here and covering the border, you have a very good idea of what you see. We see it too. We always ask ourselves when we see kids and babies, what is there tomorrow? When is that kid going to be in a home with friends, a neighborhood school, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, come home after school, play, do your homework, watch TV with your family, go to church on Sunday? What's your estimation, given the fact that you're senators and you're privy to information faster than we are, deeper than we are? We have to work very hard for it. You have things come across your desk. What do you know about the future of these children who come across the border and then we never see them?
You know, I may have to lean on some of my colleagues who have been here a little bit longer, who've had an opportunity to kind of dive into that. But I will tell you, as a mama, seeing it, those are the very same questions I ask myself. And you think about the fact that we keep talking about the Biden administration's policies. And the truth is they're creating this chaos for these young children. Because these young children, I've been down here now 3 times, as I mentioned. The last time I was here, I saw several little children trying to cross the Rio Grande. It is inevitable that one of them will be and has been swept away. And so you think about the danger that each and every one of those children is being put in. You also think, we've heard time and time again about these children that are walking across alone, who come with a phone number. Right now, current policy, they are giving that child over to that phone number. We don't know whose hands we're putting that child's fate in, and that is totally unacceptable. We wouldn't allow that to happen in a third world country. This is the United States of America, and we need to begin to act like it. And it starts with securing the border so that we do not have these policies that encourage people to come over illegally, and then creating an environment where we can deal with that one-on-one.